echo the comments of other folks of how grateful we are for the opportunity to be able to be here with you this evening, and I really appreciate you all turning out to be here and have this conversation with us. I think there are a lot of good ideas that a lot of folks in government and in the private sector have, and we've heard a lot about those today. And I think, again, I'll go back to my initial comments that building partnerships between state, local, and federal governments with the communities and nonprofits and faith-based organizations is the way I think ultimately we're going to get our arms around a lot of these issues revolving around poverty. One thing I mentioned earlier as well is that I'm a proponent of what they call, what is being called now tax expenditure reporting, which it's a little bit like zero-based budgeting. But we have literally dozens of tax credits and exemptions on the books in Colorado, dating from mostly back when we were flush with cash and we're having to give the revenues away because of the table restrictions. We don't know really if there's any good social policy being served by some of those expenditures of our tax dollars. And I think it's time that we go back and look at those. As I said before, we can't continue to just cut the budget and expect us to be able to leave our safety net services intact. Our safety net has gaping holes in it right now. And so we need to really look at the revenue side of this issue. And so some of the things I would look at, for example, are the severance tax. Other states that surround Colorado actually are investing their mineral wealth in some of these types of services, especially higher education and K-12 education. I look at the state of Wyoming, for example. It has tremendous severance tax revenues. And since I'm on the House Natural Resources Committee and the chairman of that committee, it's an issue that I think we need to start looking at to enhance our revenues, because a lot of those revenues from the severance tax go directly into the Department of Local Affairs, which come back to our local communities in the form of grants. Many of those grants go to solving issues around poverty. And so I also think that we need to put our economic house in order and solve some of the knot that we've got ourselves in with our state constitution in terms of conflicting and competing constitutional amendments that have been passed over the years that make it virtually impossible for us to have the flexibility to deal with economic downturns like we're facing